Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unity North Atlanta. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and I'm here, as always, on Wednesday night with my partner in crime, Michael Burke. I started to say Reverend Michael Burke. He is a reverend of sorts, although he can be irreverent at the same time. But it's always a joy to be here. The two of us just enjoy coming together on Wednesday night and creating a time of reflection, a time of peace, a time of stillness and poetry and silence, a time of just being. And we always kind of connect about what we would like to do. And tonight is all about flow. We want to just kind of go with the flow. And so we're going to go with the flow. And we're going to be in a state of allowing, just accepting whatever happens to be in your field right now, in our field right now, and to get into a spirit and a mindset of flowing and allowing, a gentle, beautiful place of peace. And so I wanted to begin with this beautiful song by Karen Drucker, and invite you to use these words as the beginning of your journey into that place of deep reflection and harmony and peace. There is only love. No matter what's going on in your life, let us know it together tonight. There is only love in the midst of all of it. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Please join me. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. What a beautiful place to start a time of meditation. Take a deep breath with me and to take those words, there is only love, into a time of stillness and quiet. It's one thing to know that there is only love, but yet another when we're in the midst of life to want to hold on, to want to grasp, to contain, to clutch, and to try and control life. But letting go is all about releasing any attachments to the way life is supposed to be and allowing the current of the water to buoy us up and to take us to our destination. The water knows its way home. Breathe into that knowing that you are water. It is the main ingredient of your being. A beautiful symbol of spiritual truth, of flow, of allowing, of grace, of cleansing and purity that comes only when we can let go. The Taoist tradition has a teaching called Wu Wei. Wu Wei. Doing nothing. Could it be that our job on this earthly journey, when it gets crazy and chaotic, would be to simply be like water and just follow our own instinct of allowing Spirit to guide us, allowing the waters of Spirit to lead us back to home. Let's become water-like tonight. Let us become so fluid, so malleable and flexible and movable that something within us takes over the waters of Spirit, taking us to our destined harbor with ease and grace and deep, deep peace. And so our next chant that will lead us into our first poem, By the Banks of the River. Take a deep breath and sense your inner water spirit. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. And so do I. So do I. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the storms. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. And so do I. So do I. One last time. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the storms. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. And so do I. So do I. Be like water as you receive our first poem.
Yes, be like water. One of the greatest gifts we are given. Water has memory. Water carries knowledge. But there is no particular formula for it. There is no certain formula to contact God. No particular chant is better than another. No particular sound is holier than another. There are no poses or prostrations that bend us closer to the divine. No language can be spoken that God does not understand. No suffering is required, no redemption administered. There is no salvation to satiate our senses, no reason to be saved when everything is as it should be. God does not dole out miracles. Miracles are our invention to explain divine intervention. This energy, this source, this nothing that is everything, this is what intervenes. Every time we breathe, every time we are gifted a breath, and what a gift it is. Truly, we do not take a breath. We are given a breath. An influx of divine infinity. And what we do with that breath out is our gift in return. Choose love. Choose love every time. Choose to outpour an overflow of gratitude and abundance. This gift of breath, is an immaculate superpower. Our personal photosynthesis, a personal flowering of our own foundation. You know, there's no need for us to become superhuman. We are human, and that is super. Our very being is the superpower. Our very being is the answered prayer. Answered prayer is within ourselves, and we ourselves are within the prayer. Acknowledge and inhabit this presence. Be present in the power of now. Be found in the gift of breath. Live proud in the immaculate quest of breath in, breath out, of breath in, breath out. And even though we may get lost in a quandary of queries and questions, this is a necessary part of the quest, a part of the path we are destined to traverse. And it is these travels that bring a conviction, a clarity to the confusion. And as we clear away the confusion that seems to have us seeking a way, a formula, we see there is no certain way, no certain formula to contact God. There is no certain formula to commune with the divine. But if perhaps there is a way, then the Almighty would have put it in our every breath. For breath is the illustrious wind of glorious wonder, blowing eternally, ever so softly, from the lips of the divine. And as has been stated, we do not take that breath. We receive that breath. Each breath, each and every breath is a gift, a present of unlimited presence. Let us give back in return in our breath out a presence of love, a presence as love. We breathe in and receive the gift of love. We breathe out and give the gift of love. We breathe as one, and we are the gift of love.
And so now, from a place of doing nothing but breathing love, allowing love, and flowing as love, take a few moments in the silence to do nothing. And so to achieve that beautiful state of wu-wei, non-resistance, non-action, just being, just breath, we get in touch with the spaces between the inhale and the exhale, the rise and the fall. There's a moment beautiful moment between each one, each pattern, each exhalation and each inhalation. It is the place in the middle. And so continuing our journey of allowing and flowing, find that space between the breath that is the middle. The middle way, as the Buddhists teach us, not too far one direction, not too far the other direction, not too high or not too low, but a place of balance, yin and yang, of being and doing, the middle way. Perhaps our flow can only be found in the middle way. And perhaps the love that we seek is less in the exhale and the inhale and more in the space between the two that is inactive. It is there that we grow and we develop the eyes and the ears and the mind and the heart to flow, to allow. So our next chant, in between, is the place where I grow. In between is the place where I learn. In between is the place where I know that I am safe. All is well. I am home. Allow yourself to be in a place of home as I sing this chant. In between is the place where I grow. In between is the place where I learn. In between is the place where I know I am safe, all is well, I am home. In between is the place where I grow. In between is the place where I learn. In between is the place where I know I am safe, all is well, I am home. Before I sing it once again, I invite you to not only find the middle place of your breath, but the middle place of your life, the middle place of your family, the middle place of your work, the middle place of every relationship that you have in your life. It's in between. In between right and wrong, good and bad, is the place of knowledge, the place of love, the place of allowing. Find that place within you. In between is the place where I grow. In between is the place where I learn. In between is the place where I know I am safe, all is well, I am home. In between is the place where I grow. In between is the place where I learn. In between is the place where I know I am safe, all is well, I am home. Sit in a place in between. In the silence, sit in the place of home. Inevitably, when we can slow down the pace of our lives, the pace of our minds and our thoughts, that place of in-between, that place of wu-wei, of flow, leads us home to God. Staying right where you are right now, free from the chains of whatever world you came from into this moment. Find God. Hear God. Feel God in whatever form that God appears to you. It's a place where organically we are led exactly to the places we need to be, to the thoughts we need to have, to the expressions we need to make, and the silences we need to find. We rest in God, and God rests in us. And in that place we find comfort, we find release, we find peace. Breathe with me as we go deeper into the home, resting in God. God rests in me. I rest in God. I rest in comfort and in peace. I rest in God. God rests in me. I rest in comfort and in peace. A place of deep oneness, no separation, not a second, not a thought, not a heartbeat, not a blink of the eye away. You and God as one. I rest in God. God rests in me. I rest in comfort and in peace. I rest in God. God rests in me. I rest in comfort and in peace. Peacefully receive our next poem this evening.
Yes, rest in these words, like young babies in a nursery. And what we call a nursery, where young birds are raised and comforted, is called a rookery. This piece is entitled Rookery. Feathers are the manifestation of the flight of spirit, a brush upon nature's breeze that softly paints our destinies, a visual sense that caresses our eyes and dusts our skin with the colors of love's effervescence. Perceived by some as aura, and by others, oblivious in oblivion. It's invisible. Nevertheless, when one is awakened, all are enlightened. When one is awakened, all are enlightened. Pay attention. Find the elation vibration. Be aware to the calling, to the message, for the message is sent in such myriad ways, and each word part of the breath that gospels our glory. We speak into nature, our own being. We are the light captured in the Himalayan honey, hanging from the majesty of the mountainside, buzzed by the brilliance of a million little wings, creating a cool wind that massages the passing clouds. Great pillows of love, where eagles fly on freedom that whispers of heaven, their feathers scented by the musk of petite deer who prance to impress a mate. And the scent rises to grace the air that hangs in droplets of life, drifting down delicately and tenderly upon the highest rookery on earth. And it dusts the newborn feathers with love so close to truth that it melts the heart of the mountain. And the mountain, she cries in rivers that nourish us all as she evaporates and radiates and disappears into the air. Then dusts our skin in the flow of the Om, in the flow of the One, in the flow of the One who spoke us into being.
There comes a moment within the flow of the One, within the flow of the Om, the water leading us home, the resting in God and allowing God to buoy us up, to take us around the obstacles, where there's no awareness of where God begins and ends and where we begin and end. That's the greatest flow. And inevitably those things in life that don't really matter just gently fall away. In that moment is where the human ego will reach out to grasp with a sense of loss. Oh no. And that is the moment of choice where we go, I trust the flow, or not. I trust the oneness with all creation and God itself. Or not. But that is the most powerful moment of decision on earth. Do I trust and allow, or do I grab and clutch once again? Choose wisely, because with a trust and a faith in the process of allowing God to have God's way as us, all blocks that were there once before no longer exist. They melt and dissolve back to the nothingness from whence they came. We have that opportunity here tonight to completely release and to fall easily and effortlessly into love. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. Let it go. That one thing that you're reaching to grasp and to hold and to contain, let it go. It is not part of you, and it never was. In this now moment, in this place of flow on your journey home, let it all go. No more anchors, no more ties, no more walls or encumbrances, just the oneness with God in the flow of all creation. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. With everything you are, let it go. Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. In a place of complete and total surrender, we offer you our third poem this evening. Let it go. Let everything go.
Let it all go. Surrender. I surrender. I let go of decisions, priorities, preferences, to-do lists, plans. I let go of the need to know, to understand, to make sense of it all. I let go of the need to explain, to rationalize. I let go of my things I wanted to do before I die list. I never really wrote that list anyway. I let go of all the books I wanted to read, along with the magazines, blog posts, movies, concerts, shows, exhibitions, places I wanted to visit, people I wanted to meet, women I wanted to explore relationships with, things I wanted to do, skills I wanted to master, food I wanted to eat. I let go of the need to practice yoga and meditation. I let go of my desire to be enlightened, to evolve, to grow, to attain realization, to experience the present moment. I let go of my mind and its games and patterns. I let go of societal, cultural conditioning patterns, beliefs, tendencies, norms. I let go of my self-inflicted suffering. I let go of the idea of others and things as the source of my happiness or suffering. I let go of perfectionism, laziness, procrastination. I let go of my past decisions, plans, commitments, responsibilities, promises, vows, and oaths. I let go of labels, definitions, categories, identifications. I let go of belongings, possessions, financials. I let go of the idea of money as a source of security, fulfillment, joy, status. I let go of the idea of poverty as a prerequisite to spiritual growth. I let go of the idea of spiritual growth. I let go of the need to belong, to matter, to be seen, appreciated, and acknowledged, thanked. I let go of beliefs, ideas, dogmas, theories, philosophies, traditions. I let go of fear and the fear of fear. I let go of stress, busyness, anxiety, and worry. I let go of my image in the eyes of others. I let go of judgments, perceptions, bias, generalizations. I let go of the need to be right, to be better, to be smart, wise, knowledgeable, and experienced. I let go of my genetic, cultural, religious, social, ethnic, racial background. I let go of guilt and shame over my actions and the actions of any group I thought I belonged to. I let go of everything that doesn't really serve me. I let go of control. I let go of control. I let go of control. I surrender. I allow life to unfold. I call upon inspiration, inner guidance, and intuition to decide for me. I welcome the unknown, unmanifested, indescribable, ethereal, eternal. I surrender. Yes, I surrender. I surrender. I surrender.
Walls come down, blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. In our final period of silent reflection, fall in complete surrender, allowing love to have its way with you. And so we know together this evening that this deep, peaceful feeling of allowing and flow is not contained in a moment, a few moments. It's not contained in a certain posture or theology. It's only contained in our ability to stop and to pause and to remember. And so as we prepare to go from this time, let there be a deep vow and pledge to see God, to know love, to breathe in every moment, no matter what it contains, no matter what is in front of us. That vow shall not be broken. It cannot be broken. To see God, to hear love, to feel the whisper of God's voice, and to be the very waters of Spirit, leading yourself and everybody home. And so I invite you to bring your attention back to the environment that you happen to be in. And if your eyes have been closed, to come back and to open them and join with Michael and myself here. And to once again reacquaint your conscious mind with this moment in time. We hope that these Wednesday night reflection times have value too, and they're a wonderful oasis in the middle of the week for the two of us. And I hope it is for you as well. And it's an oasis you can return to at any time you want to revisit the meditation and the poetry and the silences that we've shared here this evening. You can go on the Facebook page or on the website and relive this moment again and again and again. For that's how we find our way home, is practice. Again and again, returning to the place of allowing and flow. I invite you to be in a place of flow this evening. If what you've experienced, whether you're listening to it tonight or you're going to listen to it Thursday or Friday or on the weekend, that if it has value to you, that you participate in a flow by saying thank you, by hitting that donate button on Facebook, by sending a note of gratitude and a donation to the church, doing text to give, whatever way you show your gratitude, do so, because it puts you into the flow of an abundance that is more tremendous, a treasure more tremendous than anything that you've ever experienced. We invite you into that consciousness, and to give so consciously, knowing that it makes a huge difference to this community, allowing us to continue to offer programs like this. I invite you to go to Michael Burke's website to check out the great work he's doing. He's available to be hired. He's got the books of his poetry that you can purchase, and to support his ministry as you support Unity North and we support you. I have just a few minutes, and I thought, Michael, is there another poem that you'd just like to give us without it being a meditative experience? Can you just give us one more poem before we go? I won't even play music because I want to just sit and soak it up.
Yes. I love when you play when I read, but I'll be glad to share another one. This is called Buried Before I Was Born. Treasure exists everywhere. It is the marrow of all things. Our perception is the lens that makes it appear buried as we wait for something, anything, to sprout. We are like Papillon, taking food from the lepers. We believe our fate is handed to us, and it may be contagious, and it may poison other areas of our lives as we hold fast to our islands of illusion, neglecting that we are the sea itself that surrounds us. One thing I'm sure of is that I have no idea what's going on. In a recent genetic voice printing session, I stepped into my father's father and stood on the beach in Havana, watching my wife and children wave as they sailed away, never to be seen by me again. as if a memory itself was shifting across the ocean of time. And not just a memory that would drift into the past. It was a memory that would drift into my children's future. They would eat the poisoned bread. They would bloat from my consumption unless he purged his own demons and passed them on no more. Yet he passed them to my Father, and my Father passed them on to me. After that session, I realized I am not only that memory, I am the loss of that memory. I am the one who has chosen to see it, and now I choose to acknowledge it, to honor it, to love it, and thus to free it. It was a part of me before my cells began singing, a hereditary hand-me-down, an unconscious conditioning that conditioned my consciousness. I see my eternal tribe as being the best they could be in that moment, and I honor their commitment to work with me now. Their building of the foundation allows me to stand upon my own perceived faults and see them not as mine, they just are. I love them for bringing me pain, for such pleasure lay in its release. And seeing them as the truth they are allows them to return to the light. And if their light chooses not to shine, I honor that. For right here, right now, I have the power to change my own DNA. And that came only from my tribe's ability to prepare me so thoroughly that I will never fail. I see now that I never lose. I either win or I learn. And so far, every lesson is about love. The love of light, the love of dark, the love of joy, the love of hate, the love of love. All is a form of love. Some are just buried so deep in a lineage of lies and so tangled in a billion synapses of stuff that we who are chosen to unravel this web are in the end loners. For as we dismantle the delusions and find our truth, we find that the final truth is that there is no truth. Truths are grains of sand slipping through a hourglass, only to be flipped on its head and poured back into our lies. For we are all alone, realizing it was us all along who created all the layers of ourselves, only to find ourself at every center where we never left. I am a loner, for there is only one. And this one gave me free will to believe that I was separate. To believe that I was separate from my Creator. And I did a pretty good job of it. But now I see that I am not separate. I am not a part of this vision. I am the vision. I am the vision.
Beautiful as always, Michael. I love that one. Could it be, as we conclude our evening, that the exhale that we have taken this evening, that breath, that willingness to let go of our attachments, that we're not only creating a flow for ourselves individually, but for the lineage that has gone before us and the lineage that will go after us, that we are the pattern breakers, that we're that important within that line of ancestors and progeny, that the breath that we take right now, the way that we allow God to buoy us up, is doing it not only for ourselves, but for all creation. I believe the answer is a resounding yes. And so we end with the simple words by my friend Charlie Thweed. I see God in every moment. I see God in every moment. I hear God in every moment. I feel God in every moment. And I am enough to feel and to see and to hear and to know God in every moment for the entire world. That's how connected to the one that I am. May each of us lead the way. I see God in every moment. I see God in every moment. Ooh, please sing with me. I see God in every moment. I see God in every moment. Ooh, I hear God. I hear God in every moment. I hear God in every moment. Ooh, I feel God. I feel God in every moment. I feel God in every moment. Ooh, I know God. I know God in every moment. I know God in every moment. Ooh, I see God. I see God in every moment. I see God in every moment. Ooh. Thank you for joining us tonight for the great big Take that awe into the world as you see and feel and hear and know God in every moment. I wish you a wonderful evening. I see God in every moment. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.